My stepmom destroyed my $900 prom suit to teach me a lesson about money. When my dad found out, he called the cops and threatened to leave her for good. I'm only 17 and not sure if there's any legal action I can take. For some context, I live with my biological dad and his wife since my parents separated and were never married. I originally lived with my mom from the age of 2. She won custody in the custody battle, but she later lost custody after a severe work accident left her paralyzed, making it impossible for her to take care of me. I still see her every weekend and spend the entire summer with her. When I was 10, I moved in with my dad, his wife, and their 2 daughters, 1 stepsister and 1 half-sister. Ever since then, my stepmom has made it clear, both directly and indirectly, that I've disrupted their lives by re-entering my father's life because I'm just another person they have to take care of. I've been working since 10th grade and have been saving up for my senior year in college since last year with the money for my job. My dad and his wife made it clear that my dad would only help with the basics like my graduation cap and gown, senior dues, and senior class photo. Everything else like prom, I'd have to pay for myself. I earn about $400 every 2 weeks for my job, which I've been saving entirely, and I make extra money by doing haircuts, around $100 a week plus tips, which I use for spending money. Since it's my senior year and the last year of high school, I wanted to go all out for prom. So I set an $800 budget for my prom suit. So my prom is in April and I wanted to get my suit early since the really nice ones sell out fast. But in Omnicom, so I went prom suit shopping in December and found a gorgeous suit that cost $890. So it's dark green with a long train, rhinestones embedded into it, and glitter throughout the fabric. So when I first showed my dad and stepmom the suit, they asked how much it was. My dad said he wouldn't pay for a suit that expensive, but I told them it was fine because I had more than enough money saved up to buy it and would still have plenty left, $23,000 to be exact, though only my dad knows that. My dad said I could get the suit and that it was very sharp. However, my stepmom said it was irresponsible and a waste of money, and that I should use it for better things like helping out the family and paying some bills, suggesting I get a cheaper suit for no more than $300. Mind you, both her daughters own PS5s and multiple pairs of $200 plus shoes. Long story short, my dad disagreed with her, and I ended up getting the suit. He even contributed $150 toward it. However, ever since then, my stepmom constantly brings up that I should help pay for things around the house since I have so much money to throw away. But my dad always shuts her down, saying that I work hard for my money and that I already help out by paying for Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu bills, while my 18-year-old stepsister doesn't pay for anything. Last Saturday, we had a huge argument because my stepmom suggested that I should help my stepsister pay for her prom, to which I firmly said, no. She later called me selfish and said it wasn't fair that I get an expensive outfit while her daughter doesn't. I guess I responded with some snark saying, that's not my child or my problem. She then tried to complain to my dad, who sided with me saying that if anything, she should pay for her own daughter's prom. Well, today, I woke up from a nap and noticed my prom suit was missing from my closet. It was right at the front, so I immediately noticed it was gone. I asked my stepmom if she'd seen it since my dad was at work, and she told me with a condescending smile that she was washing it. So I immediately ran downstairs and saw my suit being washed on the heavy-duty cycle. I canceled it right away, but the damage was done. Most of the rhinestones had fallen off, the glitter had washed out, and the entire suit was mangled. So I took one look at it, then threw it in a trash bag and left for my friend's house, taking the suit with me. So I texted my dad and sent him pictures, but I'm currently at my friend's house lying on his bed. His parents hung the suit outside to air dry, so that my stepmom can't blame them if it was dried in the dryer. So I know she did this to spite me because she never washes clothes, cooks, or does anything around the house, since she considers herself the woman of the house. So there was no reason for her to be washing my suit, even if it needed washing. Is there anything I can do? I realize neither of them can replace it, considering their difficult financial situation. I'll keep you all posted when Dad gets home. So far, my stepmom has called twice, but I haven't picked up, and my dad's at work and unable to take calls. Edit. I'm not sure how to add updates, so I'll just include an edit. My dad and I just spoke on the phone, and he's furious and on his way home. My friend, his dad, and I are heading to my house now, and my dad said he was going to call the cops as soon as he finished talking to me, so they might be there by the time I arrive. We've taken pictures, and my uncle, who is my dad's brother, will be over by 8 because I contacted him while he was at work. I've been considering your suggestions about withdrawing my money from my account, and I discussed it with my mom, who told me I could stay with her. Edit/update 2. When I got home, my friend stayed in the car while his dad walked me in, and my stepmom was already gone. However, the police were at the house. As of now, the police said they couldn't really arrest her because it's not like she technically stole anything. It's hard to explain, but basically, they said that because she washed the suit and didn't keep it, it's not considered theft. They suggested I could get a confession and have her pay or take her to small claims court. Also, the suit is non-refundable if damaged, so I can't return it or anything. While explaining everything to my dad, I got flustered and started crying, and he hugged me as I cried and told me that she's going to pay for this. This financial issue has been an ongoing argument, and I think she just pushed him too far this time because he's really angry. I also talked to my aunt, and she's off work and on her way over. Apparently, my aunt and stepmom have a rocky history since my stepmom has mouthed off to her in the past. When I explained what happened, my aunt reassured me that everything would be okay. And if needed, she would buy back the suit before it sells out, so I'll still have it for prom. She does expect my stepmom to pay me back one way or another, so it looks like I'll probably end up with my suit for free. Maybe that's a small victory. I'll likely update more later tonight, but things seem to be heading in the right direction. Edit. To clear up any confusion, I pay for the streaming service bills because I really want to watch the shows on those platforms. And my dad works hard but doesn't earn enough to afford those services on top of everything else. So I offered to pay for them so we could have them. He's not the kind of father who would pick his wife over me, and he always defends me. So my stepmom has never pulled a stunt like this before. She just tries to convince him to control my money and savings, but he's never touched my savings. I feel like that's why they always clash, because she has this mindset that we have all these financial troubles and your son could solve them with his savings and you have access to them. My aunt came over and she and my dad had a bit of an argument because she blamed him for enabling my stepmom's behavior by not leaving her, which she thinks is why my stepmom felt comfortable doing what she did. He argued back, saying he's always defended me against her and has never taken any of my money, which is true. We all talked about it for a while and he revealed that they actually had an argument last night about paying off a car payment. He mentioned how all these bills are wearing him down and she responded by saying it wouldn't be such a burden if he used my savings and didn't let me spend it on foolishness. He got angry and defensive because she keeps bringing it up. She also pointed out that the $900 I spent on my suit could have covered the car payment for the next 2 months. By the way, she only knows about my savings because she knows how much I get paid and that I've been saving all of it. So we think that's what triggered her to throw my suit in the washer. So my dad and stepmom have been texting back and forth, and she admitted that she washed the suit to teach me a lesson about not spending so much money on something that can be ruined so easily. But she deliberately set the washer to heavy duty, so it's clear she intended to destroy it. So my aunt has offered to replace the suit, so I don't need to worry about not having my special suit. So we called the boutique and explained everything, and they said they could order another suit, though it won't arrive until February 23rd, which is fine. My dad sent my stepmom a long threatening message basically calling her out. He's really heated right now, so I'm going to try to ask for a screenshot later. He and my mom also talked and decided it would be best if I got my own bank account so that my stepmom can't use the excuse that he has access to my account, which is also great. My dad and I had a discussion about what's going to happen next. And he said he's not sure yet because it's all a bit overwhelming for him. He's seriously considering leaving her, but I guess he doesn't want to talk about that just yet. My stepmom is currently staying at a friend's house. I'll keep updating and I might have another one tomorrow. So my friend's parents are going to keep the suit at their house, and I'll pick it up tomorrow to have as proof. My aunt has wired me $1,000 for my prom suit, and I'm planning to use the money to replace the suit and buy new shoes. She's quite well off, which is one of the reasons I reached out to her in the first place. I'm going to call the boutique and see if they can reorder the suit, and I'll just pick it up sometime in February. However, we still want my stepmom to pay in some way, and we're working on that. My aunt has also called my other uncles and aunts with my permission to vent about the situation. So now most of my dad's side of the family, who all live in Georgia, are aware of what happened. I woke up to a flood of texts expressing sympathy and even some offers of money for prom, which have added up to about $300. So that's a positive outcome. My dad also contacted my step-in-laws, who then spread the news complete with pictures, and I guess most of them are shocked, except for her father who is still buying her excuse that it's just a suit and it was an accident despite the evidence. I also got a call from my stepmom's brother who expressed sympathy, and through our conversations, I learned that my stepmom has been asking a lot of her family for financial help because for some reason, she's bought so many things on credit that she can't keep up with the payments. My dad called my stepmom for answers, which we recorded, and she's basically trying to blame him, saying that if he hadn't pissed her off last night, she wouldn't have done it. She claimed she was trying to teach me a lesson about being responsible with money and that she had planned to lecture me afterward. My dad has now broken up with her because she blamed him for caring more about me than her, which is bizarre. This led to an argument where my dad said, "You think I care about him more than you? Well, you're about to see just how much I do." Their relationship had already been rocky because she can't manage money, and this was the final straw for him. So a lot has happened. First off, we've placed an order for my suit, and it's being shipped now. It should arrive at the boutique by February 23rd, so that's sorted. My stepmom and dad are officially broken up, but my dad isn't sure yet if he'll proceed with the divorce because everything is still so fresh, and lawyers are expensive, and he can't afford it right now. They also have a prenup, so they don't share any assets, and the house is my dad's. It was his mom's house that he inherited. He had a different mom from his siblings, who all share the same mother. My stepmom came back with her sister after a while and tried to make up for everything by buying me a new suit from Macy's that's similar in color and length to the original, but it's very tacky and ugly and looks nothing like the suit I originally had. She then tried to apologize, saying it wasn't her intention to ruin the suit and that she was just going to wash it to make a point. Like, see, this is why you don't buy things like this. And then she would have bought me another suit, but that explanation makes no sense at all. My aunt also came back to the house after I texted her that my stepmom had returned. So my aunt was at the store when she got my message, and when she arrived, they got into a huge argument. My aunt demanded to know why my stepmom destroyed the suit. But my stepmom said she wasn't going to let anyone walk into her house and start making demands. So my aunt called her a name, and my stepmom told her to say it again. So she did, and they ended up fighting. My stepmom lost the fight and then threatened to call the cops, but we reminded her that she swung first. After that, she went on a rant, cussed us out, and left, taking the suit with her. We're actually planning to follow your advice and take her to small claims court considering the evidence and the damage. Hopefully, we'll come out on top. Right now, my stepmom is staying at her parents' house. For those curious about my sisters, here's an update. My 15-year-old half-sister was at her boyfriend's house since Friday, so she missed all the drama, but she reached out to me today. I love her so much. My 18-year-old stepsister, on the other hand, has basically taken her mom's side, so there's not much more to say about that. Also, for those who suggested changing the streaming passwords, I've done that, and my dad and I are going to set up a new bank account for me later today. Thanks so much for all the support. I'll keep you updated as we make plans and hopefully get a favorable verdict. Been aware of the situation for the past 10 years.